Welcome to day 5 of the Discover Your Purpose Challenge. What a big week this has been. It has been profoundly moving to have a front row seat watching your transformation. What a joy it's been to see you connect the dots and have all of these aha moments as you excavate your soul purpose. So thank you so much. It's such an honor to hold space in this way. And what I want to do today is really integration. It's about putting everything together and integrating everything that you've learned this week. I also want to remind you that as we finish up today, the ending is the beginning. And you are right now moving through a very deeply transformative process that will continue. So pay attention to your intuition, to your feelings, to what's coming through for you, and continue to tap in to what your true purpose is. So let's go over where we are in this week. So on Monday, we started with what is purpose? Why does it matter? How does it impact your holistic happiness? As well as then all the aspects of what triggers an identity crisis, why an identity crisis is an opportunity for you to up-level and refine what your purpose is for this season of life. Different than who you were yesterday, all about who you are becoming and stepping into, the 2.0 version of yourself. Then on Tuesday, we talked about how we so often look in the wrong places for our purpose. Number one, we look at what does the world need? And we just like go after that, but doesn't align with our strengths. And then we look at what makes us come alive. What are we passionate about? And we go in a million different directions thinking, okay, I'll follow those breadcrumbs to my purpose. But that's not it either. So it was a really powerful day to really get clarity on where not to look and drive more directly to what your purpose is. And then finally, we looked on Wednesday at the resistance and even anxiety that comes up for us when we're trying to find our purpose. And scientists have actually now coined like purpose anxiety, that there is such a thing. And why that anxiety occurs when we're looking at taking the next steps, when we're looking at expanding our lives, and what we can do about it, as well as unlearning this process that we've somehow fallen into time after time of prioritizing what other people want for us and how they want us to live our lives, and making their opinions more important than our own discernment for what your purpose is. So it too is so important to stop caring so much about what other people think in terms of your purpose. Then on Thursday, we got clear on the what's next and how to feel less stress about taking these steps and not hesitating about taking the actions that we need to take in order to collect the data points to allow us to take the next step. And one of the clear points that came through was the next step is not the last step. So not to get overwhelmed on purpose by making it overly monumental, that we're just doing the things that we need to do that forward our connection and keep us tapped into our purpose, and that it's a series of little tiny habits that we do rather than like a light switch just all at once. And there we go, we start living our purpose. And that these things help us to honor our self-worth and grow our confidence. So that's where we've been Monday through Thursday. And then today we are here in this place of integration. This has all been about the soul method. Over the last 19 years, I have worked with thousands of people all over the world, over 25 countries, helping others discover their true purpose. My magic, my medicine, my purpose is to help you find your purpose, but let me distill it down further. My magic is to help activate your soul purpose. That there is a contract that each of us have signed and that this is your mission. This is the reason why you are here. And the more we tap into the activation from your soul, the easier it is to sustain your connection to your purpose ongoing. So the power of your soul. Take a big breath in, deep breath out. The power of your soul takes you to a different reality. On the soul level, we exist in a state that is beyond limitation, where love and joy prevail. And we've talked a lot about this week, living in possibility, that this is the abundance mindset, and that this moves us away from scarcity mentality. And rather than looking at our purpose and living our purpose, always focused on what won't work, that we have to remove those barriers and live from possibility first. And that this is always where the soul wants you to be from. And that from this perspective, we're here to expand and grow. And that's why one of the key myths about purpose is that it doesn't stay the same the whole of your life. It continues to evolve, because that is the nature of your very nature. Each of us came into this life for a reason, with a purpose, and lessons to learn, gifts that you have been bestowed upon you that are unique to you, and that you're meant to share with the world at large. And whether the world is local or more global, that your purpose doesn't have to be earth-shattering. It simply is you sharing your gifts, and that this gives meaning and fulfillment. Otherwise, your soul feels like it's parched, like there's something that's not satiated. And as soon as you tap into the power of your soul, and your heart are communicating like long lost sweethearts, then what you think and what you feel and what you do all become aligned. And this is the power of your soul and living your purpose. We are here to remember our true identities as magnificent spiritual beings. And this is how you know as well that you are tapped into the power of your soul. The soul method gives us the techniques to connect with your soul, so that now at this point, integrating everything that you've learned, you feel more confident in yourself and where you're going. You have less worry and stress and anxiety about the future. And in this soulful state, you can also answer life's most significant questions. Who am I? And why am I here? Those are, in fact, the two key questions, aren't they? And I just want you to imagine a life where you feel certain that you're in the right place to create the life your heart desires. Imagine a life with a deeper purpose and meaning. Imagine feeling good about who you are. Imagine you feel great about why you are here. Imagine that you feel confident about where you are going. This indeed is when we know we are connected to the soul self. So discover your purpose is a soul activation. And I'm so excited that you committed to this week, to yourself, and that you are here now, ready to move forward. So let's do a little journaling, shall we, to bring it all together. Integration means cultivating the path of integrity, starting first within yourself and staying true to your purpose. So as you take out your journal and you get ready, just enjoy this last little bit. So now, if you live your purpose and do the work you want to do, what does your life look like? If you live your purpose and do the work you want to do, what does your life look like? No need to edit. Allow yourself to write freely. Be honest with yourself and tap into the soul as you write. Let this inner radiance come forth in your words. No holding back. If you live your purpose and do the work you want to do, what does your life look like? What kind of person are you? If you live your purpose, what kind of person are you? What kind of person are you showing up as? In bold strokes, and then any details that want to come forward. Any anecdotes that are arising. If you live your purpose, you're true to yourself, what kind of person are you going to get a coffee? What kind of person are you standing in a long line at the grocery store? What kind of person are you with your colleagues or at home or in partnership with your beloved? So whether there's anecdotes or broad strokes or details, just give yourself to writing. And living true to this purpose that you've excavated, you've taken this deep soul dive, what commitments do you want to make to yourself as a result? What commitments do you want to make to yourself? And the way I like to do this, and I learned this from my soul coaches years ago, is to literally make commitment statements. Statements that you can then carry around and paste on the mirror in your bathroom, put a copy in your kitchen, put a bag in your backpack, put a copy in your purse. But what are your commitments to yourself? What are these commitment statements? And even if you need more time than this moment right here, remember you can press pause, but no matter what, give this question the respect that it deserves. But start right now with even just one commitment statement. I commit to ... I commit to trusting my intuition about ... I commit to receiving the resources and the support I deserve in living my purpose. I commit to allow yourself to be big in these commitments from yourself to yourself. Remembering that you can always go back and refine these, but whatever is pouring forth from your soul self in this soulful activation right now, let it come out. Let it come out. Be written down. Now I want you to take a moment, put your pen or pencil down, close your eyes, hands over your heart. And I want you to imagine it's 1 year from today. And think about what time of day that you're imagining. What What's the temperature in the space that you're in 1 year from today, in this place of possibility? What are you wearing when you look down at yourself 1 year from today? Are there any smells or aromas in the air around you? Can you see if you're inside or if you're outside? And if you're outside, what is the nature around you? Is it mountainous? Is it more hilly than mountainous? Is it the city? What sounds are around you? Are you at home in your backyard and you can hear birds, or can you hear city traffic? Who is around you? 1 year from today, in this place of possibility, who do you see around you? And most importantly, 1 year from today, how do you feel? What words would you use to describe the emotions that you're experiencing? What feeling state? Now open your eyes and write down as much of that as you can remember. This exercise of seeing the future 1 year from today. Where are you? What time of day is it? What's the temperature? What are you wearing? Who's around you? Is there an aroma in the air? What sounds surround you 1 year from today? Who is around you? And write down how you're feeling. As many or as few words as you wish to describe your feeling state and the emotions that you're experiencing 1 year from today. And then as you're ready, a new section. Write a letter to a close friend describing yourself 1 year from today. Write a letter to a close friend, dear so-and-so, describing yourself 1 year from today. Describing this self that has been living your purpose, true to your identity. So, dear so-and-so, describe as many details of yourself and how you're living and how you're feeling and what's going on around you, what you're experiencing. Describe yourself to this friend 1 year from today. And then the next question. This week, what did you realize about your current life? This week, what did you realize about your current life? What did you realize about your relationships? About your job? About your family? This week, what did you realize about your current life? Your job, your family, your relationships, your health. What did you realize about your current life? And as you look at some of these things that you've realized from this week, what would you do differently? As you look at the aha moments of this week, what would you do differently about the way that you're living? What would you do differently? What things will you be doing differently? This is the assessment of how you've been living. And now, from that, what will you do differently? When you are aligned with your purpose and you feel tapped in, turned on to your identity, what will you do differently now? What would help you in that process? What would help you in that process? Which resources, inner and outer, do you need to live your purpose? What resources are you calling in around you from the outside? What internal resources do you need to call forth in order to live your purpose? What is needed? How do you resource yourself to live your purpose? How can you be resourced to live your purpose? And then finally, our last journaling question. What are your biggest challenges in your integration process to live your purpose? What are your biggest challenges in integration to live your purpose? What are the biggest challenges in your integration process to live true to your purpose? Be honest. Has it been that you've enjoyed the supportive community? Do you need and appreciate and benefit from accountability? Do you love having guided exercises and work to do that keep you tapped in to your purpose? Is it the excitement of hearing about other people living their purpose? Do you need to be inspired, motivated? Do you need to be educated about the different aspects? What are your biggest challenges? Not having enough support, not having enough like-minded community, not feeling like you're tapped into continuous personal development, not being challenged to grow. What are your biggest challenges in integration to live your purpose? The toughest areas, what will those be? And the easiest areas? Maybe you're realizing, wow, you do have amazing support and that they believe in you wholeheartedly and have been excited and waiting for you to just say, yes, I'm going to live my purpose. So what are the greatest challenges to you living your purpose? The toughest areas, the easiest areas. And as you look at what you've written, do you see what is possible for you? That whether it's a tough area or an easy area, that you got this. You absolutely got this. You've moved from coping to confidence. You've moved from confusion to clarity. You've learned how to transform the traumas that have occurred, that have caused some some dissonance and with identity into triumphs. You've taken the learnings and the wisdom from your wounds and turned them into the lessons that you can share with others, living your purpose. When you've seen the obstacles that you've overcome and the strengths that you used, that those are all opportunities for the growth and personal development that you are so capable of and so desiring of in expanding your purpose. I believe in you, and my job is really to believe in you until you believe in you. And I think you're there now. It's been such an honor and a delight to be with you this week, and it's gone so fast, but I don't go away. I am here for you in your divine support. I have a plethora of resources. I am always just a DM or a WhatsApp or a text away, so please don't hesitate to put me on your resource list now and forever. My name is Sylvia Mordini, the founder of Life Inspired, and that's exactly what I've hoped to do this week for you, is to motivate you, to educate you, and to inspire you to live a life you love, aligned with your true purpose. Bringing our hands to our hearts. Take a big breath in, open mouth, exhale, and from my heart to your heart, to the heart of the universe, may you love yourself, love your day, and love your life.